Hey guys, it's me Shane. I'm here to bring you some, game, movie, and comic book news. DC Fandom happened this past weekend. It was a 24-hour event held on their website, and just anybody was able to get in and see it. It was pre-recorded, of course, and they talked about several different things. I'm gonna just give you a rundown. Hopefully, this video doesn't get too long. I'm just gonna try to keep it around 15 minutes. I know this is my technically my second time uploading this because the first one was so good that YouTube decided to not let it upload yesterday. So before I get right into this, just gonna let you know I'm gonna talk about TV, then movies, then the video game situations, and I'll probably just give you a little bit of my opinion on some of these things going forward. So let's just jump right into this. For the TV stuff, I'm gonna have one thing to talk about. Um, I was kind of in and out because I had other things to do on that Saturday. And what I did catch of the TV things is that Neil Gaiman is actually going to be writing and helping helm a Sandman television show for Netflix, which is kind of surprising. I thought they would try to push HBO Max, but given that Lucifer is actually a character within the Sandman comics, and Lucifer is going to a new season while on Netflix, the show was basically saved after Fox decided to throw it away, but they kept Gotham for whatever reason. Anyway, in the show, Neil has said that originally in the comics it started in 1988. That was the setting for the comics. But what they're going to do is it's going to begin in 1960s and it's going to be in the modern era. And by modern era, I'm pretty sure he means like 2020. And with that will be some sort of changes, especially if you are familiar with the comic series and if you read the Sandman comic series. Meaning, I'm guessing it means that some characters could be different ethnicities, some could be different sexual orientations. You know, maybe one character was white female, maybe not as a black trans male. You know, it's 2020. It's going to incorporate and match the world that we live in today, while still keeping within the Sandman mythos and traditions from that story. I do believe Lucifer should be making an appearance. I really hope Tom Selleck is in this. I really enjoy that show. I need to catch back up with it. That's all I have for TV. So for movies, they show the second trailer for Wonder Woman 1984. Fantastic trailer, better than the first. I can't remember the name of the main villain outside of Cheetah, which Kristen Wiig, I'm not really a huge fan of her as an actress. She does do some funny things on Saturday Night Live, but I'm not really a big fan of her acting. They did show Cheetah at like full on fur towards the end of this trailer. I just kind of felt like someone was listening to me talk trash about him because I said, why are we not seeing her fully transformed? And we do end up seeing her fully transformed. Um, I'm really interested in how they're going to explain how Wonder Woman's love interest, how Diana's love interest from back in World War One is appearing now in 1984, which it gets some speculation, but I really am looking forward to this movie. The first one was kind of gray, but this one looks full on colorful. I'm, I'm, I'm really looking forward to it. Second, we get to see the cast of James Gunn's Suicide Squad that's coming out in 2021. It has Idris Elba, of course, the wonderful Viola Davis. Let's have Michael Rooker, Nathan Fillion. My lord, who else was introduced in this movie? Peter Capaldi, Doctor Who. So many names. John Cena is in this movie for crying out loud, and of course, Margot Robbie reprising her role as Harley Quinn. Movie looks just seeing the characters in their costumes. King Shark's in here too. I love King Shark. I'm glad they have him instead of Killer Croc. No shade on Killer Croc. Excuse me. And the characters look great. Um, I have faith in James Gunn. His brother Sean Gunn is playing the character as well. I can kind of tell. I think Polka Dot Man or Weasel are going to end up getting killed early on in this movie. That's just me, but I believe in James Gunn. He's a really good director, really good writer. He did great for Guardians of the Galaxy. He's really good at making you care about these characters that no one really knows anything about. So I have no doubt that this movie is going to do great. The next movie that was shown was The Batman. There's been a lot of controversy behind the Batman. A lot of people don't believe in Matt Reeves. I had no issue with Matt Reeves being the writer director for this movie because Matt Reeves is pretty decent. It's pretty good. At least some of the stuff that I think I read that he's done was pretty good. The issue was with Robert Pattinson, or as I like to call him, No Push Up Pattinson, who, for whatever reason, he didn't want to set a bad precedent for having to work out for a movie. But I'm gonna be real honest with you. If they had casted me as Batman, I'll be working out. So this movie is going to be in a different universe from the other Batman. There will be, of course, a black Jim Gordon. I believe he is the main lead from the Westworld series, and it looks really good. I mean, I have a lot more faith in it now that I've seen the trailer because this is a year two Batman, and it's going to have a lot of his rogues gallery. So year two is technically still year one, like he's gone through it for a year, so he kind of knows the paces, but he's still kind of rough around the edges, and it's more of a detective Batman. He's definitely working with Gotham PD, and I saw him beat up a clown face person, which I'm assuming is one of the Joker's goons, and he just laid into him. So probably some good camera work will probably make it look like Pattinson's Batman is a little bit more bulky. He does fit the bill for a Bruce Wayne, but I know this movie's gonna have a black Catwoman, pretty good. Uh, Colin Farrell's gonna be Penguin. I kind of missed him, but I saw the trailer again, and I believe that the main villain is probably gonna be the Riddler. At first, I thought it was gonna be Calendar Man. I thought it was gonna be based on a Lone Halloween, but pretty sure this is the Riddler, and I'm looking forward to this new take on Batman because the Batman kind of reminds me of the show The Batman with not Ray Romano, I believe it was George Romano did the voice for Batman in the Batman series that was on WB. Pretty good show. Looks like a pretty good movie. And before I get to the last point, they didn't show anything in Flash too much, but they did show Flash's costume, which they mentioned was created by Bruce Wayne. So this is obviously taking place after Justice League, and it appears that I guess they've gotten closer. Rumors say that this is a Flashpoint movie, so this will be the focal point of a lot of things happening, not just within the shows, but within all the movies, because DC's been doing this kind of scattered storyline things where a lot of these movies don't connect, but then some of them do, which I'm okay with. I do want DC to find a direction and just take it, but if they're going to do this, as long as they plan out how they're going to do it, it makes sense to me. Apparently, Michael Keaton is reprising his role as Batman, and Ben Affleck is coming back as Batman. So you get two Batmans for the price of one Flash, and I'm looking forward to it. I like both of these men as Bruce Wayne and Batman. And last up is the Snyderverse Justice League cut. They showed a trailer, and the one complaint I had about the trailer was just the Hallelujah song. It sounded like it was sung by Johnny Cash, but you know, Zack Snyder's really heavy into these Christian themes and all this dark and dreary stuff. So it is what it is. I enjoyed the trailer, like I really did. I just didn't really enjoy the song because now you ever notice nowadays that a lot of these commercials or trailers, they're having people do covers of songs. Like in my head, I'm thinking, if you're paying for the song, why don't you just get the original one? I believe what was the song? The Chain by Fleetwood Mac. I remember hearing a cover version of that, which just annoyed me to no end. But that's neither here nor there. Um, so yeah, if you're excited for the Justice League movie, yeah, that's yeah. As I like to I got a Justice League reboot. I'm just gonna just give me just like a few seconds to rant here. This is a new precedent. No one's ever done this before. No one's ever able to go back and get a redo for a movie. Like I would love for Marvel to be like, hey, let's change Iron Man 3 for it to not be total garbage. I would love for that, but this is the first time something like this is happening. Like the fans that wanted the Snyder Cut pushed for it, and I'm happy. I'm glad you guys are getting, kind of glad you guys are getting what you want. I hope you enjoy the movie. I want the movie to be good. I'm not wanting anything with this movie to be bad. It's just I don't like Snyder's version of Superman. The guy still he even made a tweet before. I guess someone was giving some critique on his trailer, and he just flat out said, "I'm not making this. I'm making this movie for adults." No, you make comic book movies for fans that were younger, so they can bring their children, and you make it for other children that vaguely watch cartoons and read comic books about these characters. You're not making comic book movies to win an Academy Award. This isn't a Martin Scorsese movie. So, anyway, hope the movie does great. I hope it's everything everyone has wanted. But let's just call a spade a spade. It's a redo, which is okay. Just be honest, it's a redo. And into video games, I'm gonna switch some of this around. We got a trailer for Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, which is featuring Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, um, King Shark. His name's King Shark, right? Yeah, King Shark and Deadshot, Black Deadshot, which obviously is mapping over what's his name, Will Smith. Which even I bought a DVD and I don't remember the name of it. It was right after Batman Begins, but right before The Dark Knight, where they had some small stories based on that universe. And Deadshot kind of looked a little Will Smithy. He was bald, but his skin tone was kind of ambiguous. Which I wonder if they were planning on this the whole time. But I digress. Um, in the trailer, we see that they're farting around, and sooner or later, Amanda Waller's telling him, you need to hurry up before I blow your heads off with these little microchips. And they run into Superman, whose eyes is going purple, and he disintegrates a guy. And all in the background, it looks like Brainiac has taken over this city. So I'm going to assume that Superman and the rest of the Justice League are going to be taken over, or maybe they're clones or doppelgangers, or maybe they actually do kill the Justice League in this version of the DC universe. Who knows? But no gameplay. Haven't seen any gameplay myself. But the second, well, this is the first game, but the other game I'm going to talk a little bit more about is Gotham Knights, and I believe this is within the Arkham Games universe. Spoilers: if you haven't finished Arkham Knight, or if you haven't watched anybody finish Arkham Knight, I would just suggest looking up a YouTube video of some of all the cutscenes. It's a semi-interesting story, so if you don't be spoiled, come back now. Okay, so as we know, Arkham Knight was Jason Todd, but Bruce died at the end of that game. Died at the end of the game in order to preserve the scariness that Batman is a real thing once his identity got outed. Looks like in this game, which we see in the trailer, the mansion has been exploded. Bruce is dead, and he sends out this message to Barbara, Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, who's Red Hood in this game, and I don't know who the Robin is. I don't know if the Robin is Tim Drake or if it's Damian Wayne. I'm hoping it's Damian Wayne. I hope Tim Drake comes out as Red Robin. He's perfect. I love him as Red Robin. Hopefully we see other characters such as Cassie Kane, Cassandra Cain, Batwoman, and those alike. Maybe Batwing as well. But looks like it's a 4-player co-op game. Gives me Marvel Avengers vibes because you see Robin and Batgirl doing combo attacks off of each other. And they did make sense some gameplay with this trailer, which is fantastic. Always do that for your games. Show something that is gameplay so people can't just talk trash about it only being a CGI fest. But looks exciting. Off the bat, it looks great. The faces look good. So Marvel kind of has some competition going on with this games thing, and I really do hope this game is good. I kind of want to play it now. The costumes look great as well. They even mentioned I believe Jim Gordon's dead in this as well. So looks like it's up to you to not just become the Gotham heroes, but become the Gotham Knights tagline. So all in all, the DC fandom event the bits that I was able to sit down or take my phone out and take a look at it, pretty good. This seems like a success to me, regardless of being pre-recorded before. DC had a lot of layoffs and had a lot of firings beforehand, which is very, very sad to see. I hope all those people are able to find work and are able to support themselves within these trying times that we have. But all in all, I would say this is a success, and it's kind of about time. I am a huge Marvel fan. Like, a lot of my favorite heroes are over there, but I grew up with all the DC things, and I've always wanted them to do better and to push themselves. You guys had the cartoons down pack. You have the animated movies down pack. To a certain extent, you had the Batman games, which were really good, but the movies were always spotty. And with what we have seen from DC fandom and from these trailers, please look up the trailers. They're probably everywhere now. Almost forgot about the Black Adam teaser that was dropped by The Rock. The Rock dropped that teaser somewhere around midday, and he's calling out all the superheroes, which Black Adam is notoriously a bad guy. One of the few people that can actually take on Superman 1-on-1 because he's magic. So I just hope The Rock isn't The Rock in this movie. He does some actual acting, and I hope they explain explain whatever reason they have for making him good if he is good. I'm assuming they're going to want him to be good so they can use that Dwayne Johnson money generating superpower that he has. But yeah, all in all, great event. It's shining a good light within DC and Warner Brothers and their properties. I hope we see more things like this. I hope they don't slow down and just, you know, I know Marvel is for what they've done and business wise, it's inspiring to try to get that much money. But at the same time, you cannot rush these things. You have to take time and do building blocks. And they've said time and time again they're okay with doing like Elseworld ish stories where they're just telling different stories from different universes. But you will have to connect things like Wonder Woman to Justice League, Snyder's version of Batman to his version of Superman, and things of that nature. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Are you excited for any of these? Have you seen any of these trailers? Which movies are you hyped to see? What games are you hyped to at least try hands on? Any TV shows you're looking forward to? I'm hoping. I'm hoping that the Bat Girl. I'm probably not going to watch Batgirl. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't understand what they're doing with that, but I do like Legends of Tomorrow, so I'm hoping Legends of Tomorrow stays amazing. So please be good, be safe, wear a mask, be good to each other, please. Black Lives Matter. Be blessed, and I will most definitely see you next time.